let's do this. NHL 11's rosters. And we start things off. Again, thank God it shows the potential and overall there. This is the menu streamer I sub for. Well, you know. It starts off with an updated picture of one Ryan Getzlaf. Am I gonna go over here? Nah, I'm gonna stay over here. Fuck it. Fuck it. It's my favorite game thus far. NHL 11. I mean, number one, 81 overall, Peros. This one, I mean, I haven't been able to jump into be a GM yet. Shout out to Nick Bonino. I mean, I haven't been able to jump into be a GM yet, right? Which kind of sucks. And I wish I would have been able to do that, you know, to fully answer it. But I can't deny that, you know, the gameplay in this is probably better. The features they've added in probably make this the best all-around game thus far. That said, like I said, you still have the normal, frustrating, it's an EA NHL video game aspects to it that kind of take away from it. And I think, like I've said before, that's the big problem for me. Man, it took them forever to get an updated picture of Bergeron. That's the fucking, like, just post-lockout jersey. So that would have been from, like, 2006. It was 2011 at this point. I think overall, this is probably still the best game yet. Brad Marchand's arrived, by the way. Of course, this is the majority of the team that won the Cup, which is lovely, including Tyler Seguin. Someone's not going to get that referencing. I'm like, you said Tyler Seguin's name wrong. But it's the same issue throughout. Every game I've looked at thus far, between 07 and NHL 12 right now, the gameplay positives are a little bit outweighed by the overwhelmingly frustrating negatives. Most of those negatives that continue to be legacy issues and still plague the game to this day. So my favorite between 07 and 12, it's this one. But do I have that one game kind of in the 2K10 style of I'm going to play this all the time? Not quite. And that's kind of Henrik Karlsson. I don't even remember him. That's kind of unfortunate, I would say, if that's the case. Thoughts on the Rask injury? I mean, the play was what it was. I mean, you have a smart net drive where he tried to cut out in front at the end of it, and counterbalance with McAvoy having no choice but to try and hit him, because, I mean, if you just let him go, then you look like a fucking terrible defenseman. Just, it was an unfortunate injury. I think that's really the only thing you could say. And also, fuck Rene Bourque. The best sniper on the Calgary Flames, apparently. This is the team that I just lost to. So that's good. Carolina. I don't know, as far as this roster is concerned now, we have seen quite a few players actually begin to improve. Like Jeff Skinner, of course, is there. He's fucking 19th at the time. Sagan on Boston. I haven't noticed any crazy potentials yet. Or anything. But you can definitely see it. There's been a lot of roster turnover already. I mean, hell, Thomas Caberlet goes from being on the Bruins. I need to listen to some Spotify or something. Thomas Caberlet goes from being on the Bruins to very much not being on the Bruins and going to Carolina, which I think a lot of people have forgotten about. I like how Boston fans are dealing with the injury better than Montreal fans when Kreider got Price. I don't know if those two situations are, you know, exactly the same. But I haven't watched the whole Kreider-Price incident in a long time. So I'm not going to say if that's a fair comparison or not, right? Patrick Kane, Patrick Sharp, Dave Bolin. Hey, they finally got a new picture for Michael Frolik. He still looks like Dab's older brother. But there he is. And Brian Bickle finally starts to get a little bit of respect as well. He's got that going for him. Carcillo on Chicago. Marcus Kruger has finally made it. Price is Montreal, Rask is in Boston. Hey, Nick Leddy. What do you know? John Scott still kicking at a 79. I like it. I mean, that's a little bit unfair to say, though. I mean, prior to this year, it's Corey Crawford now finally looks like Corey Crawford. Prior to this year, of course, we're not talking in NHL 12 this year. We're talking 2019. Prior to this year, if Tuukka Rask gets hurt, the Bruins are screwed. Bottom line, in terms of backup goaltending. So the Rask injury, it doesn't hurt as much. Like, say that happens to Carey Price. It probably doesn't hurt. You're right. It probably doesn't hurt the Bruins as much, but then again, you also have to factor in, hello, Ryan O'Reilly. You also have to factor in, the All-Star break for the Bruins, so it does give Rask a little bit. So, F for the Rask injury, unlike the hockey guy. You say how Hutto was shoved by McAvoy. Wait, what? Wait. I'm trying to make out what you're saying here. Are you saying that on the hockey guy's take of the hit, he was saying, or he didn't point out that McAvoy, essentially tried to make a play? Semyon Varlamov has evolved from Semin and Simeon to Semyon now. That's true. Steve Mason, Mark DeCanich. Hopefully, hey, Chris Russell has a new picture. So obviously, if, on YouTube or even here on Twitch, if people have been watching the reviews, I'm not like, hey, here's Grant Klitzum and Sammy Lepisto, and I'm not naming everybody. Hopefully that's fine. Hopefully I'm not breezing through it too quickly. Jeff Carter is in Columbus. Hopefully, and he has a new picture. Hopefully I'm not breezing through this too quickly. But again, if I am, and you don't get to see something, just bring it up in chat, or just know, of course, this will be up on YouTube after the fact. And if it's on YouTube, then of course you can just pause the video and look. Look at Matt Calvert and Peter Kalous. I was reading an article on the NHL website, and they called McDavid Connor McDonald. That's just an autocorrect. There's no way. By the way, Jaguar and Varlamov was so weird. That's definitely an autocorrect. Kari Lettinen in Dallas with Andrew Raycroft still. It's not bad. Sheldon Surrey in Dallas is weird. Like, that's really weird, isn't it? Am I the only one who feels that way? Really been enjoying you going back and playing the older games. Alphas, I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. I was going to hit you up with the host the other night, and you ended up stopping the stream like just before. I should have checked in. But I appreciate that, man. It's been interesting. Again, the potentials are a letter grade. The potentials are a letter grade, but again, each player has 3 different potentials, which it doesn't show here. But everyone has an offensive potential, a defensive potential, and an athleticism potential, which I think is awesome. But, and boo Mike Ribeiro. Hey, Jamie Benn. Like I said, for me, and I knew this was going to be the case, right? I haven't found that game out of what I've looked at yet in terms of like, oh, I want to play that all the time, like I felt about 2K10, and still kind of Toby Peterson's still in the game, Jesus, and how I still feel about 2K10, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's because I knew what to expect, right? Those same legacy issues that we've talked about for years that still plague the current game are still in, so I kind of knew that was going to, I don't want to say harm my enjoyment of this game. I still really like the positives from each game and how we've been seeing the game improve year in and year out. But, it's not that stupidly addicting gameplay that it was probably at the time, right? But it also comes down to having to play the AI because the servers are down. Maybe if it was, hey, Yuri Hoodler, congrats on the haircut, looks better. Perhaps if it was, like if EASHL was still an option, I'd feel a little bit better about it. Ew! Why do I hate Mike Ribeiro? Because he's a diving prick. See the 2004 playoffs. That's why. Hey, and they finally got an updated picture of Drew Miller where he stopped dyeing his hair. An abdicator made the NHL. What happened to Ian White? I don't know. I feel like there was a story about what happened to Ian White. And is this not Lidstrom's last game? It might be. Hobby Boone and Devin Dubnyk in Edmonton. That didn't work out well. Ryan Whitney. Tom Gilbert. It's not Gilbert, it's Gilbert. I know. Cam Barker. Theo. 81 rated Theo. What a guy. What a guy. We got a forward. Hemsky's still up there. Hemsky. Dominant. And Ryan Smith is back. Magnus Pajärvi. He dropped the Svensson already. So that's good. Jordan Eberle's made it. Brule, Taylor Hall. How old is he? 19? Yeah, he and Sagan both 19. Linus Omark, Andrew Cogliano. This was an Oilers roster that looked like it had some potential in certain aspects. And then it didn't happen. Florida, Stephen Weiss, David Booth, Versteeg, Fleischmann, Sergei Samsonov. Absolute beauty. Bergenheim, Santorelli. So they got Santorelli from Nashville, did they not? 0 on the contract years, by the way. Steve Bernier, Kopechki. That's not a horrible roster. Dadonov, but it's also not great. I think that's an understatement. Jovo Cop. How old's Jovo Cop? 35. Jesus. Shook, take it easy, man. Dmitry Kulikov, Garrison, Mike Weaver. Alex Sulzer, who do you got in goal? Theodore and Clemenson. Oof. LA. There you go. Jonathan Quick finally got a new picture. And so did Bernier. Jonathan Quick finally gets a new picture. Beautiful. Drew Doughty, Jack Johnson. Davis Drewiski, Alec Martinez, and Peter Harold. What do you got a forward? I honestly thought Slava Voinov was be at the NHL level at this point, but he must still be in Manchester. Mike Richards, now on LA. Pancakes, Simon Gagne. Jarrett Stoll, Brad Richardson. What else we got? That's it, huh? That's not a terrible team. I mean, obviously, that's the foundation of what would go on to win the Cup in the year that this game came out. So, you get that going for you. Minnesota, 88 heater. Still an 88 at that point. That is nuts. And there's Devin Setaguchi, which means a certain defenseman was traded to San Jose. Buttercup, Guillaume Latendresse. I love 12. I'm intrigued to see what's different about franchise mode. And obviously I'll have the video out about like, hey, here's everything that's changed. Between 07 and 12, 12 is the better game out of anything in between it. But it's still got those legacy issues. Oh,
anyway, Jared
baby.
Spurgeon. Can we see the Jared Spurgeon?
There we go. And Justin Falk. The greatest goalie in the world. Josh Harding as the backup. New picture for Harding, too. Montreal. Jesus, Carey Price. Damn. Peter Budaj and Nathan Lawson, the greatest Habs goalie, as I'm going to be totally unprofessional, and take a bite out of this Pop-Tart. Deal with it. Ha. Matt Martin, happy to be here. Trevor Gillies, happy to steal your wallet. What do we got on defense? Mark Straight. Hamonic. Hamonic's made it. How old's he there? 21. Not bad. Milan Ursina, Mark Eaton. Hey, Andy McDonald. There he is. Good fucking pop tart. Still somehow an 84. Don't know how we did it. Oh, Hank, Marty Biron, Chad Johnson, Mark Stahl. Oh, man. Jesus. So wait, this is NHL 12. So this came out. Oh, gee. Hey, this is the game I vividly remember skipping school for and getting shit for. It just clicked when I saw Mark Stahl as the Rangers' best defenseman. 1,000%. I skipped school the day this game came out, and my buddy ratted me out, and a teacher made fun of me for it the next day. Little do you know, teacher, who I'm not going to name because the internet's a weird place, look at me now! Still playing this game in my room. But now I do it for a little bit of money, occasionally. Ryan McDonough, what a guy. Gabrick, Brad Richards in New York. Screw you, Toronto, I'm going to New York. I wonder how that would have worked out if Brad Richards ended up going to Toronto. Wolski on the Rangers was always weird, too. You can start to see that team take shape, though. I mean, they're just about to trade for Rick Nash. Moving on. Zuccarella's finally on the team, too. Fedotenko has a new picture. It doesn't make him look like 95% jaw. And Brandon Prust is an 80. Jesus Christ. Lowest rated forward on the Rangers is an 80. That's nuts. That is nuts. Artois. They still got Spezza. Alfie. Milan Foligno. I don't remember Svatos. I don't remember Svatos being there. What? Okay, so I feel like Trevor Gillies and Eric Condra took their pictures right after one another, after Gillies just got done stealing his lunch money. Holy shit. That is a hockey picture. Eric Carlson. Whatever became of him. Who the hell knows? Matt Carkner and Philip Kuba having the same rating. No. Craig Anderson has finally arrived in Ottawa. So has Alex Auld. Briz and Bobrovsky. 9-year contract for Ilya Bryzgalov. Whew. Oh, baby. Wow. That's still crazy to think that that was reality at one point. That's nuts. Pronger was still there. Coburn, Tiemann, and Matt Carl. Look at Matt Carl. What a guy. Nick Boynton, Lilia. That's not a bad defense core. Not at all. We got a forward. Oh, look who's returned to the NHL game. Number 1, Claude Giroux, which is a beautiful picture. Did the dog just throw up? No? Okay. I thought she did. Voracek has arrived in Philly. What a guy. Scotty Hartnell still has that updated picture. JVR, Jaromir Jagr. Still rocking that Rangers picture from like 3 NHLs ago. Wayne Simmons, Nikolai Zherdev. This Philly team, by the way, need the Bobrovsky. Okay. Ian LePerriere got a new picture, too. Was this LePerriere's last season before the injury? Braden Shen as well. That's not a terrible Flyers team. It's not. But by popular demand.
What's his name? Poplinski? Bobrovsky!
There you go. Phoenix, Mike Smith has arrived with Jason LaBarbera and Matt Climie. Keith Yandel, Klesla, Derek Morris, Kurt Sauer, Roosevelt, Adrian Coyne, David Schlemko. Well, that sucked. Martin Hansel. Kyle Turris, down from an A. What happened, Kyle? What happened? Radim Verbata, Rafi Torres. This was the team that made it to the conference final, wasn't it? Yeah, they lost to LA, if I'm not mistaken. How the fuck did this team make it to a conference final? Jesus. Marc-Andre Fleury and Brent Johnson. Fighter extraordinaire. Who did he drop in one punch? It was DiPietro, wasn't it? I think it was. Letang, Orpik, Mihalik. They still hadn't traded Paul Martin yet, which is insane. Crosby, Malkin, Jordan Staal. The real deal. Not washing that hair. Not for anybody. Boo that man. Does Boyd Gordon have elite faceoffs? Was he on the last team that we just checked? I'm going to guess he was. Aaron Asham. Love the haircut. Marco Testu, Chris Connor, Eric Tangrady. Boyd. 85 faceoffs. So, relatively elite. San Jose. Jumbo. Marty Havlat, Joe Pavelski, Ryan Clough. Stretch. My back. My back. Still getting used to this horrifically stereotypical chair. Michael Hanzus. What is going on there? I don't even know what's going on there. Torrey Mitchell. Ben Fierro's eyebrows. A welcome addition to this game. Brent Burns. Now in San Jose. And the world was forever changed. Jesus Christ. 88 Halak. That's insane. "22-year-old Shattenkirk. Nikita. Look at Roman Polak. Do I play ones at all? I haven't played ones in a long time. It was fun at first, and then, they started messing with gameplay tuners, and I enjoyed it significantly less. Especially because a lot of people in ones are dumb. Very, very dumb. So there's that. Tim's, thank you for the follow, though. Despite my lack of playing ones. Cam Jansen, BJ Crombie. Polak's beard makes his mouth look like a ventriloquist dummy. Yeah, that's a fair point. You're not wrong, actually. Tampa, Dwayne Rollison and Matthew Guerin. Oh, look at Victor Hedman leading the way now. This is the team that was fresh off of a conference final appearance. We all know what happened to them. They fell short. Thank God. Stammer. St. Louis still there. LeCavalier. At least St. Louis and LeCavalier won their cups in 04, so I didn't have to feel bad about it, right? Right. I wouldn't have felt bad about it anyway. Blair Jones, man. Why did you not ask them to give you a new picture? Look back at Reeves. Yeah, he's had the same picture in the game for a few years now. That's why I didn't react to it. It's been a very similar picture, at least. Phil Kessel. Finally in Leafs gear. There you go. Nikolai Kulemin. Joffrey Lupul. Tim Connolly. It would have been this season or the season before that I started following Steve Dangle. So, There you go. Mike Brown's finally got the handlebars. Nazem Kadri at 20 years old. Not saying it's a great team, but still, Phil Kessel just thrilled to be a Leaf. He gets to be on the same team as Darryl Boyce and Matt Fratton. Who wouldn't be pumped? With Captain Phaneuf. So there's that. Right? So there's that. Got 19 recently. I'm hooked on it. First game, so I got 15. How do you do the one-handed goal? Hold the puck to either side and double tap the shoulder buttons. Or not double tap, it just hit the shoulder buttons at the same time. Just go into practice mode. You'll get the hang of it relatively quickly. Luke Shen, by the way. About to be dealt very soon. Cody Franzen. Matt Lashoff. Still holding on to that B- potential. I wish. And just like that, Reimer's the starter. Say goodbye, Vesa Toskala. Luongo and Schneider. 11-year deal for Luongo that he's still on, of course. Edler, Hamhuis, Bieksa. Basically the team that fell short in the final. Look at Chris Tanev. How old is he? 21. The Sedins finally both have the same rating. Thank God. So that's nice. Kessler. Mason Raymond. Boo. Boo that man. Boo that man. And boo that man, too. Jesus. Oh, Marco. Cody Hodgson. Oh, I try to forget that Mark Mancari was a Canuck, because that's just a terrible memory. Oh, the Bruins with Lucic and Marchand, such pests. Fucking Burrows and LaPierre on the same team. Come on now. Ovi. Backstrom, Alex Semin. Of course, as is tradition. Good old Mike Knuble, Joel Ward, Marcus Johansson. So, I believe Holtby is in the AHL, but of course this is the year that he would have been called up for the playoffs and ruined my hopes and dreams of back-to-back cups. So, you know, that happened. Am I allowed to say fuck Zach Boychuk? Sure, but he might unfollow you on Twitter. He might. He might. Vokoun and Neuwirth. Jesus Christ. 90 and an 84. And for the first time, Washington's not the last team. Winnipeg. Pav Electric and Chris Mason. The Bufflins. Toby Enstrom. Bogo. Mark Stewart. Freddie Meyer. Randy Jones. It wasn't a horrible starting roster that they inherited. Nothing like 12 Hut. I miss those days. Like I said, for me the gameplay isn't as great as I remember it, but it is offline play against the AI, so that definitely factors into it. Ladd, Kane, Blake Wheeler. It's not, like I said, it wasn't a horrible roster that they inherited. It was Johnny Boychuk, not Zach, that hit Raymond. Indeed. R.I.P. Rick Rippon. So if I say fuck Aaron Rome, then, you know, we're even, right? All right, there you go. The NHL is done. Nick Antropov, what a beaut. He sure is. All right, let's speed through the AHL, the European leagues, get to the CHL. Eric Christensen, I think, was on New York. I know I had seen him. I think he was on New York. So let's see. Paul Byron, what a beauty. Lance Boma? Unless there's a name or a picture that really stands out, I'm not going to focus on it too much. We got to get through this. Plus, let's be honest, Junior's going to be better for the crazy names that are there. Although, TJ Brody. TJ Brody, solid B-. Leland Irving. They still thought he was going to be good. Spoiler alert, not in the NHL. Michael Layton. What do you got on defense? What do you got on defense? Eric Gustafsson. Forward. Oh, you know, just Tom Sestito. Good old Tom Sestito and Stefan Legion, who was supposed to be great. Never really worked out. And that guy, who everyone loves. Good old Zach Ronaldo. Major fan favorite around the league. Everyone loves Zach. Adam Henrique. 21 and a B-. Not bad. They finally lowered Alex Visyunov as well, who just never made it. They still haven't named him. When did he adopt PL3? When did he add the Pierre-Luc Letourneau LeBlanc? When did that happen? I guess we'll find out as we continue on through these games, but I'm not sure when that happened. He hasn't played the same team as Colton Gillies. The more skilled of the Gillies. You know who I never liked for no reason? Kyle Wellwood. No disrespect to Kyle Wellwood, but was there ever a reason to like Kyle Wellwood, though? I mean, disliking him, sure, but when you hear the name Kyle Wellwood, for me, it's just a whole lot of indifference. Except for Mike McKenna. He's beautiful. Binghamton. Robin Leonard. 20 years young. Robin Leonard. Good old Robin Leonard. Eric Gryba. Patrick Weirkoch. You got a forward, Binghamton. Nikita Filatov still. Jim O'Brien. Cody Bass. Mike Hoffman. Strong C potential. Strong C. Who doesn't love Kaspar Daugavins? Bridgeport. Any interesting names? I mean, like Rhett Rakhshani is interesting, and Jeremy Colleton still having a good potential, I guess, is interesting, but, you know. We're looking for the real interesting names. It's not looking too good, though. What do we got on defense? A whole bunch of nothing. That's what we got on defense. Kevin Poulin, Mikko Koskinen, best goalie in Oilers history, of course. Charlotte, Justin Pogge. How the mighty have fallen. Bobby Sanguinetti, Michael Jordan, the great one. And at forward for Charlotte, Zach Boychuk. There you go. Zach Dalby, Drayson Bowman, Jonathan Matsumoto, Chris Terry. A bunch of, like, hey, you played some NHL games. Not sure what happened there, Brad, but that's a rough way to go. It's Kaspars. I'm going to Americanize it. Deal with it. Deal with it. And Jared Stahl, the best Stahl. You know it's true. Eddie Lack. Strong B potential at 23. Eddie Lack. Chicago Wolves. Ryan Parent. Yeah, I guess at this point, too, Manitoba. They moved, so you ended up being, you know, Vancouver ended up being with Chicago, I guess. Butte. Wow, that is a brutal development system. Tampa, I'm still pumped about it, man. There's Braden Holtby. Strong B- at 21. Drafted by the Ashington Capitals. Sabourin, Nolan Schaefer, and Todd Ford. Anybody else make it out of this? It's not looking too good. Oh, was there somebody else there? Oh boy, was there. Johan Kroll. Look at those eyebrows. Some damn fine eyebrows. And good old Chris Bork. And Matthew Perreault. Oh boy. The Wrecker, Joel Reklich. He better have been a tough guy. You're damn right. You're damn right. Former Portland Pirate, by the way. As was Ashton Rome. There's a lot of... Again, there's a real who's that of AHL history right here. Chris Bork looks green. Yeah, that's just the lighting in the room. Patrick O'Sullivan. Fucking Jed Ortmeyer and Robbie Earl was still playing. Just nuts. Casey Wellman. Oh boy. Again, there's a whole lot of never made it. Marco Scandella, not one of them though. Nor is Nate Prosser. And Matt Hackett, who had been dealt from Buffalo. John Graham and Trevor Cann. That is not a great setup for the future. Oh boy, that's a rough defense in terms of future players to actually make an impact at the NHL level. That is a rough set of players, although shout out to Patrick Bourdleau. Wow, Lake Erie was not good. Lake Erie was not good. In terms of like, hey, we have players who are going to graduate and be successful at the NHL level. Although, Manchester, Jeff Zatkoff, and one Martin Jones. 21 years old at the time. And that, you look so innocent to have grown up to be such a piece of shit. Thomas Hickey, Jake Muzzin. Oh, good hockey player, bit of a piece of shit. Andrei Loktionov, Bud Holloway, Dwight King, Rich Clune, Brandon Kozin. KHL All-Star Brandon Kozin, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it was this year, but... Actually, it might not have even been the KHL. Jordan Nolan. Damn. Who else do we got here? Milwaukee, Jeremy Smith. Not a terrible backup. Team Malaxo. Some guy named... Oh my god! Look at Roman Josi. Jesus Christ. That is a... I mean, again, not everybody might be comfortable with their own sexuality. I am enough. That is a handsome fucking dude. Jesus Christ. How did Hollywood not be like, fuck it, I don't even care if you can act. You. Every magazine cover. Fuck's sake. Like, why is there not? Like, maybe I'm mistaken. Right? But, like, if you're the NHL, the second Roman Josi makes the league, put him on the cover of everything. It's like, fuck it. He'll get a following for the league. God damn it. Some people have all the luck. Wade be luck. It was not the right time for that statement, but, you know, he has serious fuck me eyes. Yeah, that's pretty much one way to put it, doesn't it? I'm sure he's never had trouble in that department. Ryan Thang! Oh, please tell me you're a tough guy so I could call you Wild Thang. You're not. Boo. You blew it, Ryan. You should have fought more. You should have fought more. Oh, God. Norfolk Tokarski. And Cedric Desjardins. Anybody else? Radko. Solid C potential. Digging the hair, Troy. Digging the hair. Mark Barbario. Kevin Quick, the best Quick. Johan Harju, huh? James Wright, Trevor Smith, Paul Shashura, former Portland Pirate, Pierre Cedric Labrie, and a whole bunch of that never worked out. Go look at Drew Bagnall on Iowa. He wouldn't be on Iowa, he'd be on Houston, and no. It's too far gone. It's too far gone. Because we have players like Jeff Petrie to look at. And Colton Tubert, who didn't, make an ass out of himself last year on Twitter. Good old Corey Potter. Who do you got a forward here, Edmonton? Who do you got a forward? Josh Green, Ben Andrus, Chris Vandevelde. It's a whole lot of swinging and missing there for the Oklahoma City Barons. What about Peoria? Former Portland Pirate Brett Sterling. That's about it. Well, in fairness, Peluso, Cracknell, Akeem Aliu, Dave Scatchard. Yeah, that is about it. That's an unfortunate name. What do you got on defense? I mean, you got Ian Cole. Ian Cole's the best name out of that list of players. That's pretty rough. But you do have Ben Bishop and Jake Allen as your goaltenders, so you got that going for you. Josh Bailey and Jake Allen. Oh, Portland. Curtis McElhaney, Jason Boccaccio, Joe Fallon, and Joel Stead. What do you got on defense? Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He's beautiful. Maxim Goncharov. Oh, my God. So this is obviously post-Sabres era, where they moved into Arizona era. Max Goncharov. Oystrick. Damn. Chris Summers. Chris Summers is pretty good AHLer. Michael Stone. Matthew Brodeur. And a forward. Brett McLean. Victor Tikhonov. Former captain Alex Bolduc. Matt Bedoin. And that's why I always say Matt Bedoin. Oh, God. How many games did he play in Portland? How many games did he play here? Hold on. I need to look this up. He played 47 games as a Pirate, and I remember the in-arena announcer, like, he got an assist or he scored a goal, and he said Matt Bedoin, and I can't help but pronounce it that way every time. Good old Matt Bedoin. Not a great team outside of that, though. Fun fact for or dance for Portland. No. Not for that version of them. I went to a game where Cracknell got his only NHL hat trick. Damn. Why would Portland be an AHL team for a team on the other side of the country? I don't know. It's what they always did, though, outside of when they were with Buffalo. Because originally, the Maine Mariners were with Philly and Boston. So that made a little bit more sense. But, go back to Long's flow, please. Okay. Where is he? That's pretty solid. I had to sleep early for work. It sucks. You're here now, Dono. It's all that matters. Also, Dono, you son of a bitch. I just got the. Now I'm self-conscious. Damn it. No one on YouTube will ever know. How did Zach Hamill still have a B? Jesus. Well, here, let's look at everyone. Max Sauve, never worked out. Zach Hamill, never worked out. Jordan Caron, kind of worked out, but really never did. Jamie Arneal. Jordan Smotherman. Who doesn't have fond memories about Jordan Smotherman? This is your first time ever seeing that. Yeah, that's his real last name. Jordan Smotherman. Back into Princess Leia mode I go. There we go. Who else we got? Oh boy, a whole bunch of nothing. Aside from Antoine Roussel, which is still weird. What do we got on defense? Kampfer. Andrew Bodnarchuk never quite made it. Oh god. Yeah, there's a whole lot of never quite made it. Like Barkowski, Bodnarchuk. But, yeah. Hey, Dobby was signed at this point. Michael Hutchison. Matt Dalton. Yeah, there was a whole lot of nothing at that point. Jonas Enroth in Rochester. Cheez-Its aren't underrated. Everyone knows how good Cheez-Its are. David Leggio, the master of pushing off his own net when the other team has a breakaway. I love him for it. Marc-Andre Gragnani, I love you so much. And TJ Brennan, I also love you. Who do you got a forward? Luke Adam, love him. A lot of players. Corey Trop. Of course, Gerby had already gotten called up. Rockford. Kyle Beach, who never played a game. Never played an NHL game. Jeremy Morin. Brandon Peary. Brandon Peary, the greatest NHLer of all time. Evan Barofi. Christy Domenico and Brandon Bolig. We got on defense. Brookbank. Lalonde. Again, you look like you look like you superimposed a 12-year-old's face onto a 27-year-old man's body. It's just weird. Oh my God! You, sir, are a handsome devil. Hanu Toivonen and Alec Richards. Current Maine Mariner, Hanu Toivonen, by the way. Jacob Markstram. Solid B potential. Jacob Markstram at 21. Not quite. Colby Roback. Mike Koska, again, before he looked like Thor. Not much else there. Michael Nylander was a member of the San Antonio Rampage. Oh no, Rice Miller finally cut his hair. Rice Miller, whatever. Kendall McArdle, Tim Kennedy. This pretty much showcased the Florida Panthers system at the time. This pretty much showcased the Florida Panthers system at the time. Not great. Springfield. Hate you. I hate Springfield. You stole my team and I hate you, Springfield. Push the city into a river. Just make it a deep enough river. Not gonna show you any respect, Springfield. Even though you have some pretty good players. Springfield. And great eyebrows on Stephen Delisle. Whole bunch of nothing. That's right. That's what I called them. Who won the NFC Championship? Yeah, indeed. Patriots and Rams in the Super Bowl. Another rematch. Because, you know, a rematch of a prior Super Bowl went so well for the Patriots last year. Noah Welch, Mark Flood. So this is what the Jets were dealing with at the time, as far as a developmental system. Yeah, a prospect pool. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. That's all I'll say. It wasn't great. Jared Ross, Spencer Mahacek, Jason Krog, and Riley Holzfopple. The Holzfopple. Riley Holzfopple. I think the Rams will win. No, you won't. You won't get booped. You're wrong, but you won't get booped. Let's see. It ain't gonna happen because Nigel Williams says so. There's just a whole bunch of nothing here, man. Except for Brian McGrath, and he's the man. Kyle Palmieri, who is very underratedly the man. And nasty John Morasti. Patrick Maroon finally ended up in the Duck system. Alright, I mean, there are some positives. There are some positives to the Ducks prospect pool at the time. Texas. I mean, again, it's not everybody, prospect-wise. But you get the point, as far as who was in the AHL. And, I mean, like, it's just a whole bunch of, like, yeah, you kind of had some time in the NHL, but it never quite worked out for you. Aside from Luke Gazdic, who's the man. Luke Gazdic is the man, never forget. Yeah, it's, Philip Larson and Severin Blindenbacher. But when Jordy Ben, at that point, is the highlight, because obviously Brad Lukowicz was 35. Like, his career was winding down. But out of the rest of you, when Jordy Ben's the highlight, it's not ideal. Richard Bachman. Charana, Ben Scrivens, and UC Renas. Jeff Finger, Corbinian Olzer. We got a forward. Fabian Brunstrom, Mike Zigamanis, Joe Colborne. So, damn, that trade had happened already. Luca Caputi. Christian Hansen. Richard Greenop. Oh my god. I forgot he existed. Wilkes-Barre, Mike Comrie. Anybody of extreme note? It's It's not looking too good for Pittsburgh here, is it? I think that goes for pretty much the majority of teams at the time. There's a lot of, yeah, that never worked out, including Boris Valabik, who the Bruins traded for to get Rich Peverley. They gave up Blake Wheeler and got Valabik in return, and within a season, he's not even on the team anymore. That shows you how much that worked out for the Bruins. It didn't. Is that it? Nope, we got Worcester. Carter Hutton, Thomas Greiss, Tyson Sexsmith. Well, 3 of those goalies went on to be pretty good NHLers. Nick Petrecki, boo! Boo that man, boo. Matt Roman. You got a forward. Jonathan Cheechoo down in the AHL. That pretty much sums it up. That pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? Poor Jonathan Cheechoo. Just one day, a wizard came along and took away all of his power. So, again, for all the European leagues, we're just going to look for some of the new prospects who would have been in the game for the first time. Aside from that, I am making the jump towards just going to the CHL. So, again, and when Patrick Nemeth is one of the standouts, that kind of shows you. I'll look at goalies afterwards. I looked at the price of Super Bowl tickets. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. Everything's overpriced. Johan Larsson. Calle Yarncroke. Who else do they have? Larsson, Yarncroke. Sebastian Wallnstrom, Anton Rodin, Silverberg, Matthias Ekholm. Jesus. That is a pretty solid deal. Djurgården, Freddie Claesson. Mario Kempe. Johan Sundstrom. Kind of winds down from there. Jonas Brodin. That doesn't look like Jonas Brodin. I know he was 18 at the time, but damn. Good old Anton Grundle. Good old Anton Grundle. Jesper Fast. Good old Torp. Klaus Dahlbeck. Daniel Manberg. Good old Manberg. Anybody else? Adam Larson on Skellefteå. Would have been drafted by the Devils at that point. Oscar Lindberg. Tim Erickson. David Rumblad. Melker Carlson. Team Raw. Anton Lander. And the Vasho Lakers. Alright, what do we got in goal? Anybody interesting in goal? Aside from Victor Foss being there. Oscar Dansk.
Dance.
Oh, wait, that's Dansk, not Dance. Sorry. Victor Svedberg. Any interesting Swedish prospects in goal? It's not looking too good. It's not looking too good at all. Anders Nilsson's one of the standouts. Anton Forsberg. Of course, we can't see his potential because that's just a massive pain in the ass. But, you know. That's it, huh? Alright, Sweden. Sweden kind of delivered. What about Finland? Is Finland going to deliver? That's the real question. And the answer appears to be not really, at least thus far. Mikael Granlund. Solid B-. Siim Leivik, who will still just end your life. Anybody else? Not there, at least. Jyrki Jokipaka. Everyone loves Jyrki Jokipaka. Jokerit, Timo Pulkkinen. Good old Jeremy Denner. Sami Vatanen. What else do we got? Riikola, Pakarainen. Alright, Finland, you're letting us down a little bit here. I mean, Ville Poka's there, who actually doesn't have great potential. Mika Salomaki, Jonas Donskoy. I mean, you're doing okay. AKA the greatest Finnish rapper, who will also just end your life. Finland's disappointing a little bit, though, on the, oh my god, look, it's that prospect department. Unfortunately. Yeah, they've disappointed quite a bit. Aside from Joel Armia, even though I believe, again, that's... Was that the... That's the incorrect picture, right? That's what you guys were saying? Alright, do we have anybody in goal, at least, who can make this more interesting? That's the real question. At this point, I'm not even worried about the other leagues. If Sweden and Finland's going to let me down this much, then... Goddamn, what's the point? What is the point? I mean, Antti Ranta's still there. He hadn't made the jump yet. That's still Grandal, well, you know. Harri Satari hasn't made the jump yet. Yanni Ordio, who's 20. Is there anybody? That's it? You know, no disrespect to the DEL Extra League and the Swiss National League, but let's just move on. That was extremely disappointing. That was extremely disappointing. So we'll take a look here at the C. And we'll see what we got now, won't we? The good thing is we're in the W, right? So we'll find some dumb names. I did look at the Legends team, Dunno. I did. I'll take a look at it again, though. Actually, here, I'll look at it now. Why not? We'll take a look at it now. Just to get it out of the way. But it is Patrick Waugh in goal. Luongo's the backup. Bork, Chara, I mean, for Legends, Bork, Chelios, and Borja-Salmi. And for forwards, Gretzky, Lemieux, Yzerman, or as Bill Clinton called him, Steve Yzerman. Gordie Howe in that Whalers jersey. Jeremy Roenick. And Mike Richards, because, you know, he belongs. So back to the OHL. Let's see. Mark Scheifele. Solid B- from Mark Scheifele. Tanner Pearson. Solid C potential. Is there anybody else of extreme note? I mean, obviously there's someone like Baranek who has a rough potential. I'm more looking for the names that really stand out, either for being just absolutely horrific on their parents' part, or for being, you know, someone who's actually solid NHLer. So there's that. Polly, take it easy, man. Belleville, Malcolm Subban, solid C potential. How old is he? 17. That picture of him was from when he was like 13 tops. Even though he wouldn't have been drafted by Belleville at that point. Just damn. Just damn. Andy Bathgate. Any relation? Might be Carter Sandlack, Brendan Gounce. Braden with an E. That's fine, I guess. We won't judge Braden with an E. I'm leaning back a bit. Not saying my back's bugging me, but it might be. It might be. I'm leaning back a bit. You're going to have to deal with it. Oh, boy. All right, that's it for Belleville, huh? Brampton. Jonathan Johansson. Let's call him John Joe. Ha! You can be John Joe. Philip Lane. Barclay Goodrow. Solid B-. Someone bullied Matt McLeod. Sam Carrick. Andreas Saugus. I guess that's where the Saugus name comes from, huh? Dylan Blugis. Who do you got in goal? Matej Machowski, who never worked out for Detroit. Erie, Sadikov, and Festerini. Anybody? We've been lacking a little bit on the bigger names. Been lacking a little bit on the bigger names, man. What's going on? What's going on in the OHL at this point? Granted, again, the W is always crazier for names. We got like the Greg McKeggs of the world. Where are the big names, dog? Although Tim Tankiev, or Tankiev, perhaps, is that good. Connor Crisp. Guelph. Richard Panik, strong B-. Michael Lotta, Tim Beck, and Peter Holland. They're like, fuck it, just give them all B-. You missed Adam Pelech. Did I, though? Yeah, I guess I did. Strong B-. Is it weird that I still don't think of Adam Pelech as a major name? Shout out to Garrett Sparks. I'm not going to say I view him as a major name, although I should. Hey, look, it's Andre Padan. Let's meme him into relevance. I'm joking. I do the same thing with Rumble. Good old Matt Finn. Let's see who else we had here for forwards. Zach Mitchell, Brock McGinn, Scott Kosmachuk. It looks like Guelph wouldn't have been that bad at the time. They might have been, but it looks like they wouldn't have been. They could have been alright. Kingston. Anybody? Aside from former Portland Pirate Ethan Werrick and Ryan Spooner. What a guy. Again, I think we're going to have to wait for the W until we get funny names. So for now, it's just, is there like a really weird or questionable picture, or can we find some high-end guys like Eric Goodbranson, for example, and Alex Goodbranson, and Grubauer, being a C potential. Kitchener, you got anybody? Apparently not. Cody Soul, Ryan Murphy, Melchiori. Good old Dornbosch was in the game last time too, so that's nothing. What do you got for forwards? Landeskog, he's up to a B, guys, don't worry. He was, what, a C- last year? Number 2 overall pick, he gets to go to a B potential. Look out, world. Look out. Jared D'Amigo, Atkinson, Toby Reeder, Machia, Mark Antuoni. Ben Thompson got a B-. Tyler Randall, Jesus Christ. There's a lot of notable names on Kitchener. And then there's ones that aren't that notable, but still, they're there, and we won't take shots at them. Igor Bobkov, you are too old to be in that league, sir. You are no younger than 25. Michael Hauser, Jared Tenorti. Nice B-. Scott Harrington. The Don is Kevin Rain, former Portland Pirate. Vladislav Nemesnikov. What a guy. 18 at the time, huh? At least they gave him a half-decent potential. Jared Knight goes down to a C, and that's the look on my face anytime I think about Jared Knight. Just didn't work. Seth Griffith. What a guy. The Ruperts. Peter Schinkelschuk. You have to be German, or at least of German descent. Peter. Dane Fox. Andreas Athanasiou. B-. So, hey, they had hopes for Athanasiou. They did. They knew. Also, Chris Tierney. Current Ottawa Senators great, Chris Tierney. Mikkel. You got Mikkel Audette. Mark Canteen. Like Brett Fleming, Stuart Percy. Like, these are familiar names. At least Dylan DeMello is doing all right in the NHL right now. Casey Cizikas, strong C potential. DSP. Riley Brace. Joseph Cramarosa, future Ducks great. Niagara, Ryan Strome, up to a B-. Andy Agazino, Darren Archibald. Freddie Hamilton. I wonder what Dougie Hamilton's potential is going to be, because last year it was like a C-. Johnson Andrews has seen some shit. Let me tell you. Johnson Andrews has seen some things. Also, Joel Wiggle. Great name. Shout out to Joel Wiggle. Dougie is at least a B-. There you go, Dougie. Tim, you might be too old for that league. You might be too old for that league. For that league. Mark Visentin. Dalton McGrath. Oshawa. Anybody? Calvin DeHaan? Straight B potential. Calvin DeHaan better than Dougie Hamilton. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. So I'm trying to find like a half-decent picture of him. And, It looks like an Animorph. Again, I'm not exactly in a position to be like, my God, what's up with your face? Because, I mean, look at me. But that caught me off guard. Nick Jensen, Luke Alessio, former Portland Pirate. Andy Andreoff, Boone Jenner. Man, Oshawa was looking good. Scott Lawton. They have an Animorph on defense. You are too old to be in this league, sir. Scott Zaborin. Cody Payne. Morgan Frost scored 5 goals. Of course he did. It's too damn good for the league he's in. Tyler Toffoli. Shane Prince. Sean Monahan. Nice C potential for the 16-year-old. Sean Monahan. Solid. Cosimo Fontana. Remy Giftopoulos. Tyler Gravach. A lot of B- potentials. Mark Anthony Zanetti. Cody Ceci. Ryan Shipley is pissed. He is furious. That's a bit of a weird look, sir. Peter Mrazek. And Shane Campbell. Like, I would have expected that potential for, like, Jack Campbell. Owen Sound. I got Jordan Bennington. Michael Zadur. Jesse Blacker. Good old Keeving. Good old Keeving Cutter. Joey Hishon. Liam Heelis. Going the Sean Avery route of glasses. I like it. Like Hal Mo. Andrew Shaw. What a douche. Curtis Gabriel. Gellin Smith. There it is. Jamel Smith? Nah. Gellin Smith. How do you botch that? Imagine if you're... I want to ask Jamel Smith that. Be like, hey, how'd you feel when you saw your name in the game and they totally botched it? How'd you feel? Or maybe he was going by Gellin at that point, in which case I want to know the story of him going by the name Gellin. That's not Keenan. That's Kynan. You're not Keenan. If your parents were going for Keenan, you're wrong. It's Kynan. It's Kynan Brown. Don't even try to play like that's Keenan. It's not. It's not. Slater Cuckoo. Chicago Blackhawks legend Slater Cuckoo. Matt Wemple. Austin Watson. Didn't really work out too well for either of you, did it? Alan Quine. My eye. Stop it. I don't even know how to pronounce that name. I just don't. I'm not even going to pretend to know. I just flat out don't. Although shout out to Kurt Gowdy. Plymouth. Jamie Devan. James Livingston. You're too old to be in this league, sir. Ricard Raquel. Nice B- potential. Stefan Nason. Aliardi. Mitch Hurd. Tom Wilson. Your name wrong or the wrong picture? Probably the wrong picture. Yeah, maybe even the name. Ha! Michael Whaley. And he plays for the Whalers. That's worth it. That's a nice one clap. Max Iafrady. That's unfortunate. Bo Schmitz. Bo Schmitz is just a fun name to say. Colin, what's wrong, man? You look depressed. Fucking Bo Schmitz. Scott Wedgwood. Thaddeus, I guess? Jake Patterson. Ben Sherratt. Dalton Prout. I'm not pronouncing that name, Mr. Gildo. That's what I'll call you. We got a forward. Jordan Schwartz. Vinny Trocheck up to a B-. Brandon Saad. John McFarlane. Mickey is working that camera. Not quite Roman Yossi level, though. Terry Terry Trafford. R.I.P. Anthony Kamara. The second I looked, I'm like, I know that name. Why? Oh, fuck, that's why. Justin Kia. The Kia. Sarnia. Whole bunch of nothing. We got a forward. Just some kid named Nail Yakupov. Nail Yakupov. Who would never go anywhere. I love how they were smart enough, though, to make him a 70, but still only gave him a B-. Gail Karbashian and Alex Galchenyuk. I see potential for Galch. Craig Hutto. Craig Hutto is back. Everyone's favorite. Although Garrett Hooey. The Hooey is pretty good. Good old Garrett Hooey. Hopefully they called him Kung Hooey. Just to appease me. Oh, Matt Murray. Matt Murray. What else we got on the Sioux? I'm looking forward to the W. Ryan Sproul. Colin Miller. Future winner of the AHL's hardest shot competition. Who do we got a forward? Vern. Didn't that name die in the 70s? Daniel Catanacci, David Brohl, Nick Cousins. God, you got Verns and Rudies and Igors. This team is the best. Sudbury, Marcus Foligno. Eric Odell, never really that good. Scarbosa. You are too old to be playing in this league, sir. Anybody? Josh Levo? Barely looks like him. Well, it does look like him a lot, but it kind of doesn't. So if you were to be like, that's Josh Levo's brother, I'd believe you. Frankie Corrado. Charlie Adodero. And nobody really there in goal. Windsor. There's Jack Campbell. I knew he'd be around. Fresh off of, well, a couple years off of being the first round pick. Ryan Ellis. They at least had his potential accurate. Nick Ebert. Grant Weberman. Oh my God. This was my dude. This was it. It was Grant Weberman. And it was Mark Anthony Zanetti. Those were the two guys I would always draft and build up. Whatever happened to Grant Weberman? He's one of my players that I always remember drafting. Everyone has their players that they remember drafting. I would always take Grant Weberman. Whatever happened to him? He's 24 and retired. I was born on the same day as Grant Weberman. That's a life accomplishment right there. That's what it was. We shared a birthday. He never played outside of junior. He just retired at the end of his junior career, and that was it. Played 4 years, split it between Windsor and Saginaw, and that was it. Damn. Grant Weberman. Grant Weberman. What a guy. That is a blast from the past name that I haven't heard in a long time. It was destiny. It really was. Zach Cassian, it was not destiny. It was not. Kenny Ryan. Tom Kuhnhackl? Who's Tom Kuhnhackl? Does he know Tom Kuhnhackl? Where the fuck did that E come from? Tom Kuhnhackl. And Grant Weberman on the same... Is Grant Weberman on Twitter? Let's try to find Grant Weberman. Is Grant Weberman on Twitter? Nothing comes up. I don't think Grant Weberman's on Twitter. Well, I hope his life is going well. Alexander Koklachev. Future Bruin. Already drafted by the Bruins. Nick Cinder. That's a great name. Kirby Reichel. Brendan McCann. Brady Vale. This Windsor team. You know, in fairness, the OHL delivered on some interesting names. Anamorph. Everything was good. I'm going to go to the Q first, because the WHL, everyone knows that the WHL is the main event in terms of the great names. So let's go through the Q really quickly. Occasionally we get some interesting names here, like Daniel Tannell. I wish it was Daniel Tannell still, though. Okay, hold on. We got to go back up to the top. So what did I miss? I mean, his name is great. His hair is great. Did it deliver on Gellin? Oh, it did. Yeah, the OHL was pretty strong. Alright, who do we got for forwards here? Whoa, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. There we go, let's go back. Who do we got? Zach O'Brien. Mimar. Tatar. It could have been perfect. It could have been perfect. No real familiar names there, though. I cannot believe I have rediscovered Grant Weberman. It's amazing. Bayakoma, Jason Messina, next text favorite. Maxime Lamarche. No real crazy names, no real crazy pictures, and no real big-time players thus far. Rafael Bucieris. It's got to be somebody, though, right? The Q was a little bit disappointing in terms of familiar names or crazy pictures in last year's game. So, outside of Louis LeBlanc, who we all know and love, don't we, Habs fans? Don't we? Louis LeBlanc, you know him, you love him. It's a Louis fucking LeBlanc. And JF Berube, Eddie Marcoux as well. I'll go back to forwards in a second. Matt Provost. Oh, future Detroit Red Wings great. And Montreal great, for that matter. But again, Louis LeBlanc, Kirill Kapinov, who never panned out. The Gucci is still there. Louis Marco Brie. Is there anybody? Oh my God, show me Raphael LaFontaine. That's the other name. I would always build teams around Grant Weberman and Raphael LaFontaine. I am so pumped to find... Don't tell me what team he's on. I want it to be a surprise. Cape Breton. You got anybody? Morgan Ellis, who was okay. Loic Leduc, who was okay for the Islanders. Roman Habarenka, who never made it for the Devils. McIntosh. Logan Shaw, who's just been all kinds of okay. See, the Q, it's a little bit disappointing. I'm just saying. It's a little bit disappointing. And you don't have a hyphen. And that pisses me off. William Carrier. Great hair. Great hair, at least. Elysia Sherbatov is from Israel. With a name like Elysier, I wouldn't have guessed. Chicoutimi. Chris Gibson. My nose itches, and I don't like it. Oh, Sean Gerard. Andrew O'Brien. When Andrew O'Brien is the... Habarenka played one game for the Devils and scored an own goal in overtime against Tampa. Well, there you go. Sums up his career. When Andrew O'Brien, who never quite made it for the Ducks, is the best defenseman on your team, kind of says something, right? Rock Regenbald, still kicking. What a guy. Good old Emmerich. Max Lovek. Matisse. No way. Come on, parents. You know what you were doing. Matisse. Drummondville. Didn't really work out there, did it? Is that Jimmy O'Ligny I've spotted? It's not. It's Jonathan O'Ligny. Mr. Bedoin. Sean Couturier. Whatever happened to him? And Andre Palat. Whatever happened to those two? Oh, shit. I think LaFontaine's on Quebec, isn't he? Maybe? Bryce Milson. Imagine me and Bryce Milson surrounded by guys who have pretty much all French-sounding names. Aside from, I guess, Sean Couturier and Andre Palat. Gatineau. Didn't work out. Nick Delorier as a defenseman. Hubert Lebry. Matthew Gagnon. Bruin McDonald. Not bad. Bruin McDonald. Ty McGinn. Mr. Pajot. Who else do we got? There he is! He was on Gatineau. Yes. Again, it was him and Grant Weberman. They ended up rating him much higher in the next two games, because obviously here he was 16. Whatever happened to Raphael LaFontaine as well? That's what I want to know. God damn. Again, these are the two I'd always build teams around. I can't believe I share a birthday with Grant Weberman. I'm probably the only person who's happy about that. LaFontaine still plays. He went back to college, or university, as you call it, and he's currently in the, I am not making this up, LHS AAAQ. Because that's a league. But he's still playing, damn it. He's still playing. Good stuff. Well, Cody, here's the good thing. You can look them up on Elite Prospects to find out whatever happened to them. That's a thing you can do. Just like I just did. Nobody really there. I'm so excited. Conrad Abelschauser. I'm so excited for the W. There has to be some more really solid names. Martin Ferk. There has to be some solid ones. Gerard. Your name's not Jared. It's Gerard. Hello, Gerard. Gerard Grant. I don't care what your parents were aiming for. They failed. They failed. I'm just saying. Gabriel Desjardins. Matthew. You guys think you're zoomed in on my face too much? No, Matt, you're great. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What do we got on Moncton? Nobody in goal. Jed Rusk. Great name. Brandon Gormley. Daniel Milan wasn't he an Avs prospect? James Melindy, current captain of the Newfie Growlers. Former Portland Pirate, by the way. Marek Hrivik, never quite worked out for the Rangers. Ryan Penny, never quite worked out for the Bruins. Christopher Lalonde. Well, they're the two brothers you were wondering about. There's your answer. Well, as far as what happened to them, I don't know. You can figure it out. You'll figure it out. Moncton. PEI. Mr. Lagasse. Future Vegas Golden Knight great. Dylan C. Capstick. Affectionately known as Chapstick. Brad Yetman. There's Jimmy O'Ligney. I knew he was around here somewhere. Philippi Parody. Andrea Strassel. Chapper. That's a bad photo when your face doesn't fit on screen. Yeah. It's like, why you just wouldn't take another picture, I don't know. Josh Curry. Never made it. Loic Marcotte. Never quite made it either. Never quite. Quebec, Louis Domingue, and Jimmy Appleby. Never quite made it either. He's not even the best. He's not even the most successful Appleby in terms of goaltenders. That would be Ken. Ken Appleby. Ryan Culkin. Probably the best defenseman there. Obviously, the big name here is Mr. Jonathan Odi Marchessault. But Ryan Bourque as well, which is great. Axel Rieu. Alright, let's see. Rimouski. Gleason Fournier. Gautier Leduc. Anybody else? Any big-time names? Aside from Gerard? You're not Gerard. You're Jarrad. You're not Jared, you're Jarrad. I'm sorry, your parents failed. Peter Straka. Good old Peter Straka. The best Alex Tanguay, clearly. Rimouski, it was a bit rough. And in goal for the Huskies, it's also a bit rough. Defensively, it's also looking a little bit rough. Okay, who do you got at forward? Who do you have at forward? It's, oh boy, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the Huskies. Yep, that's rough. That is rough. St. John. It's not looking good. Simon Dupre at least. Eric Jelena. Nathan Beaulieu. Okay, so their defense is looking pretty good with hindsight at least. Tyrone Sock. I wish he had a picture. Tyrone Sock. Jonathan Huberdeau. The Huber do. Thomas Yurko. Stan Galiev, Stephen Anthony. That's not a bad team. How good does St. John do this season? You are way too old to be playing in this league, sir. I could see if this team did really well or even won the whole damn thing. Shout out to Soak. Scott Oak. Soak. Oh, let's see. Shawinigan. Any young ladies from Shawinigan? Oh boy, it's kind of rough. St. John won the Memorial Cup that year. Makes sense. Shout out to Dominic Schlumpf and John Racine. Forwards, Michael Bourneval, Michael Chaput, Yannick Veilleux, Anton Zlobin, who never worked out for Pittsburgh. But boy, he was going to be great, and then he wasn't. Samuel Hodhod. Samuel Hodhod. That is the best. Phillipe Myers is the best defenseman for the Huskies. Did I miss Phillipe Myers on the Huskies? Was he there? He wasn't. You lied to me. You lied to me. Valdor. You got anybody? I'm not pronouncing your name. Oh boy, that's a rough defense. What about forwards? Jonathan Hazenstreet. Oh boy, it's also Samuel Hod squared, right? Oh, Valdua, you're not looking good. You're not. Jesus Christ alive. Latvian. And that is almost it. One team left here in the queue. Featuring one Philip Deneau and Yanni Gord. Not bad. Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith? No, not the same Andrew Smith. Damn. Good old Cameron Critchlow. Angelo Micheli. What do we got on D? It's not looking too good. It's not a surprise who won the Memorial Cup that year, is it? There we go. We got one league left. Boris, what's going on? It is the W, the greatest league because of names. We're starting off with Brandon. The Brandon Wheat Kings. Riley, no. No, that's... come on, why do you gotta be difficult? Eric Roy. Ryan Pulock. C. K. Well, Ryan Pulock with a C. That's disrespectful. How old is he? 16? Yeah, he was 16. Damn. Forward, Scott Glennie. The G stands for bust. Mark Stone had a C. Jesus. He was 19, too. David Taves. The best Taves. Brendan Walker. Michael Furland. Love the sideburns. Tyrell Seaman. Now, again, if you have the last name of Seaman, do you not change it? Like, somewhere down the family tree, do you not just say, okay, I am sick of this, or do you just embrace it? I guess at that point, you just embrace it, right? Hampus Gustafsson. Wheaton King, there he is, the legend. The legend. The greatest player in the history of the Brandon Wheat Kings. Wheaton King. It was real. In case you guys didn't know, that's real. There is a real player named Wheaton King who played for the Brandon Wheat Kings. It's real. It's real. He's a real person. Oh, God. If that's not the existence of God, then I don't know what is, because that shouldn't happen. But it did. That's a miracle. Wheaton King for the Brandon Wheat Kings. There's something to this whole thing, people. That proves it. That proves it. Jesus. Oh, my God. God damn it. Middle school and high school would be rough? Yeah. Yeah, it would be. Calgary. Calgary. It's tough because it's like I'm looking at the name, but I'm looking at the pictures too. Just to see, it's like, okay, is it familiar or is either name or picture just weird? Jimmy Bubnick. Still love that name. Still love Jimmy Bubnik. That's not a great picture of Misha there, but that's okay. That's okay. Trevor Cheek. I'm just waiting. As if we might have peaked early with Wheat and King. You never know. Laurent Brassois. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I don't. You are too old to be playing in this league, sir. 21. Yeah, case in point. Mark Pissick. The Pysick. Griffin Reinhardt. 17 years old. See potential. I got that right, at least. Keegan Lowe. Braden Luke. Ryan Deck. Let's see. Jordan Hickmott. Interesting. Mike Peluso. Dylan Ruck, who I think was a former Portland Pirate or Providence Bruin. One or the other. Again, Clark. K-Lark. Clark. Your name's not Clark. It's Clark. Hard C. Travis Owanek. Not much to speak of on Edmonton. I believe Cody Sylvester and Brooks Malchik were best friends. That makes sense, as far as them both playing in the DEL, at least. Ken Simpson, Luke Siemens, that's unfortunate. Does have a B, though. Chad Sewer. The last name's Sewer, that's unfortunate. Good flow, though. Rasmus Rosinen. Ryan Murray. 17. Still has a C potential, though. We got a forward. Landon Ferraro, beauty. Campbell Elnewick. Related to Hudson is my question. Marcus McRae. Did I miss someone else who had unfortunately passed away? It's honestly, sometimes these older games, it's tough to keep track. Cody Fowley, Josh Winquist. I'm just going to, why the two R's? Erickson. Why the two R's? That's just unfortunate. Cam Loops. Nobody really made it. Still can't get over Grant Weberman. Good old Bronson. Not enough Bronsons walking around. Not enough. Brendan Ranford. Jordan DePape. Jordan DePape. Dalibor Bortnock. The best. Oh my god. That's just a great name. It's just a great name. Colin Smith. Dylan Willick. Well, buddy, I'm going to introduce you to Brad Marchand. JC LaPon. Chase Soto. Oh, the flow. Chase the flow. Well done. Bernhard Keel. Logan McVeigh. Anything after 1995, McVeigh is an unfortunate name. Kelowna. Adam Brown. Jordan Cook. Jordan. It's okay. Ty Berry's still there. See potential. Mitch Chapman. Kevin Smith. Zach Stebner. Damon Severson. Good old Damon Severson. Jordy Woodrick. Again, your families better have connections to Newcastle, or that's just not cool. Former Portland Pirate Evan Bloodoff. Mitch Callahan. Brett Bomer. Colton Sissons. Cody Chicky. Spencer Main. Cal Gorin. Not even Cal. Gal? Okay, he's at least Slovenian. I can forgive that. Jesse with an extra Y in there for no reason. Either you don't need the E or you don't need the Y. Why'd your parents put both? That's just unnecessary. That's all I'm saying. You're just adding in an extra letter. You're making it more difficult. Think of the extra time, cumulative, that you're wasting in your life because you have to write that extra letter. It adds up, man. It adds up. That's all I'm saying. Braden McNabb. Jagger Dirk. That's what you look like. And now we know. Cody Eakin. Matt Frazier. Prefer not to think about you. Steel Boomer is still in the game. It's interesting to see who we thought was going to be shit and who sucks. Yeah. That's the thing, though. Again, this was very much at the time where I was already roster editing because a lot was wrong. In my opinion, according to ratings at the time, draft projections, a lot was wrong. So people like myself, the guys over at Peter Puck, there was already a pretty diehard community of, you know, changing overalls and potentials and stuff like that. So, you know. So we got a forward for Lethbridge. Cambridge, Mitch Maxwell. Good old Max Ross. Jesus Christ, those bangs. Beautiful. Beautiful. Philip Tott. And Ryan. Why with an O? Why? You're just being difficult, man. That Lethbridge team wouldn't have been that good. At least in terms of like, oh, hey, this guy had future success. Tyler Buns and Devin Dubik, who we learned is different than Devin Dubnik. What are the odds? Oh, boy. Scott Ramsey, you are at least 29 years old. What are you doing? What are you doing in that league, sir? What are you doing? But, of course, no roster sharing. Yeah, pretty much. Which is exactly why I clearly have the mental issues that I do today. Oh, God. Let's see. Lyndon Vay. Emerson Edom. Tyler Pitlick and Hunter Shinkarik. At 16, still rocking the braces. Hunter Shinkarik. Cale Kessie. Sam Desmond. Solid name. Reed Petrick. Boston Lear. Medicine Hat had the potential. I mean, again, if you look at this team from a future NHL success standpoint, that's not a bad team. Dylan McElrath. Morgan Riley. B- as a 17-year-old. They were at least closer with him than they were with some other players. Joel, damn. McElrath, Riley, and Edmondson. It's not terrible. Cody Beach. Quentin Howden. Dylan Hood is squinting like a madman. Like a madman. We definitely peaked early with Wheaton King. I don't think there's any topping Wheaton King, is there? I don't think you can get there. I think that's the video peaked at that point. Good old Matt Carruth. Troy Rutkowski, Taylor Aronson, Joe Morrow, Derek Pouliot, every Canucks fan's favorite defenseman. Now that Del Sotto's gone. Tyler Wotherspoon. Ryan Johansson, Nito Niederreiter. Hurricanes legend. How it ended up being a huge flop. Yeah. Didn't really work out for him in Florida. Craig Cunningham. Thankfully, we don't have to say RIP on that, but it is fucking ridiculous how his career ended. Sven Bartschke. Sven Bartschke. Taylor no, don't spell your name like that. Ty Ratty. Brad Ross. This would have been a really good team, actually. In terms of hindsight, you could see the potential on this team. Brandon Leipzig. Jesus. Kopitar's brother. Sorry, Gasper, but you know that's how you're known. Prince Albert. Prince Albert in a can. Jordan Rowley. Prince Albert the wrestler. Prince Albert the other thing that people know of. And it's just, ugh. Yeah, that's my face when the words Prince Albert is spoken. Bertsky's name is wrong. No, it was the kind of North Americanized version. So, you know. Matthew Barry La Montagne. It's like Joe Montaigne. We got a forward. Charlie Wells. Mark McNeil right now is the top forward, and that's not a good sign. If Mark McNeil is your best forward, like he and Mike Winther, that is a rough team. That is a rough team. Prince George. Good old Ty Rimmer. Son of Akalatse. Marty Marincin. Jesse Forsberg. I swear to God they gave Forsberg that grade because his name is Forsberg. Has to be. Not a great defense in hindsight. Marty Marincin is the only, like, regular NHLer there. Brett Connolly. Taylor Stefishin. Great name. Great name. Dobrowolski. Awesome. Troy Bork. Taylor with an E. Why? Why? Caleb Belter. Taylor Mackin. What's your Mackin? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Too far? Too far? Red Deer, Darcy Kemper, Bolton Pouliot, and Dawson Goulet. Right. Alex Petrovich. Matt Dumba. See potential for the 17-year-old. Brad Deagle. Great name. Great name. Matthew Pufall has seen some shit. He has seen some shit. Forwards, we got the Nuge. Fresh off of being a number 1 pick, gets a B potential. Byron Fraze. That might be it. Like Turner Elson was okay. Locke Mueller. Again, it's not as crazy as some of the names we had seen in the last year. But again, Wheaton King. Wheaton King. Oh, God. Mountainous, well done. Damian Ketlow. Matt Hewitts. Art Bidlewski with 2 eyes. I like it. Brandon Davidson. Looking like he's going to be the most notable defenseman on this team, which is rough. Landon Peel. He looks happy to be here. Forwards, Jordan Wheel. Landon Peel, Jordan Wheel. Okay. Oh, boy. Good old Dane Mensch. Munch? That'd be Mensch or Munch? That's the real question. But yeah, in terms of like the crazy name department, it's not really there. It's not really there this time out, but we still have a little bit of time. Stefan Elliott. Landon Peel looks like Michael Cera. That was a fair comparison. Duncan Siemens. Dalton Thrower. Connor Cox. We got a forward. Josh Nichols. Where's Drake, though? Oh, Maciej Stransky. This is not a good group of forwards. Good old Levi Booz. That is not a good group of forwards. That is rough. Seattle, Calvin Pickard. Brendan Dillon. Ryan Button, who did not work out. Travis Bobby. Dave Sutter. Mitch Spooner. Austin Frank. Travis Toomey. Looking for good names, crazy pictures, or just really familiar names. It's not looking that good. I was watching The Simpsons earlier, the episode where Bark has a fake driver's license. Nelson mentions Macon, Georgia, the home of Lee. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, Simpsons predicted it, clearly. It all comes back to The Simpsons. And Justin Hickman. Future Providence Bruin. James Reed, Mac Engel, Jared Cowan. Cole Hamblin, Brendan Kitchton. Yeah, we peaked, man. Nothing's gonna beat Wheaton King aside from Tyler Johnson's Bieber haircut. Lefko Copper. Dominic. Yeah, we peaked. Nothing can top that. Nothing can top that. Not even close. How old was Pickard? 19. That picture, though, was at least 2 years old. Swift Current. Nobody. Reese Scarlett. Good old Ryan Osman. Bupe, bupe. Ryan Osman. Bupe, bupe. Hey. Justin Dowling. Adam Lowry. Jordan Peddle. Like, who decided? Like, I'm not... Like, it is what it is, man. There are some crazy last names and surnames in the world. What family's like Peddle? Like, you must go way back, right? Like, maybe that's what the Peddle's named for. It's like great-great-great-grandfather. Killian Hutt. Solid hair. Josh Durko. Yeah. Wheaton King. Adam Lowry looks 13 years old. Yeah. Tops. Tops. Tri-City. Chris Dreger's probably the most notable goalie there. Zach Ewan. You're missing a letter from your name. Again, when did that become the popular thing to do in Western Canada? Just dropping E's and A's out of the end of someone's name. Carter Ashton. Brendan Shinneman. Former Portland Pirate, or future Portland Pirate. Cruz with a K. Cruz Reddick. Killian Hutt. If only EA would, right? Bravo. Mason Wilgosh. I like it. But yeah, Wheaton King. Marcus Messier. Come on. Come on, Marcus Messier. Come on, man. Vancouver. Not much in terms of goaltenders. West Van Heusen. It's as close as I'm getting. David Musil. Solid hair on Zach Otter. Brendan Gallagher. That's not Brendan Gallagher. Unless I'm completely forgetting what Brendan Gallagher looks like. Jordan Martinook. At least notable. Dalton Sward. I have a sword. Yeah, well, I have a sword. It's better than a sword. Victoria, Lucas Gore, Cole Holowalko, Braden Gamble. Gallagher played for Jokerit, apparently. Brandon Manning, Jeff Einhorn. Hello, Finkel. Jesse Pauls. Mitch Topping. Still one of the best. Still one of the best. Mr. and Mrs. Topping. Roman Horak, Kurt Gogal, Kevin Sunder. Yeah. T.C. Kratzenberg is up there, though. That's not a bad one. T.C. Kratzenberg. And that is it. So again, no doubt, top name in the WHL doesn't go to Tyrell Seaman. It goes to Wheaton King. Round of applause. Wheaton King, you win our roster editing journey contest.